You don't have to raise your voice to raise your standards. You don't have to shout to be strong. You don't have to dominate a room to command respect. Real power is quiet. Real confidence is calm. Real fierceness whispers, it doesn't scream. The loud are often unsure. The showy are often scared. The ones who boast the most are often the ones who know the least. But you don't chase the spotlight. You don't beg to be seen. You let your actions speak. You let your presence do the talking. You let your discipline set the tone. You let your silence make the noise. You don't interrupt. You observe. You don't react. You respond. You don't prove yourself. You improve yourself. There is fire in you. But you've made it obey. There is a lion in you. But you've taught it patience. There is war in your bones. But you walk like peace. When they test you, you don't flinch. When they doubt you, you don't crumble. When they ignore you, you don't beg. You are firm without being rude. You are bold without being arrogant. You are steady without being stiff. You speak when it's needed. And when you speak, people listen. Not because you're loud, but because you're real. That's the kind of power they can't fake. That's the kind of strength they can't teach. That's the kind of energy that shifts a room without a sound. You are dangerous not because of what you say, but because of what you're capable of doing. You are fierce not because of the volume of your voice, but because of the depth of your purpose. The sword that stays in its sheath is still sharp. The storm that doesn't shout still has lightning. The leader that walks quietly still carries a crown. So stay quiet. Stay sharp. Stay rooted. Be unbothered by noise. Be unimpressed by attention. Be unchanged by opinion. You don't need to announce your power. You just need to walk in it. You don't carry your power in your volume. You carry it in your values. In the way you choose dignity over drama. In the way you stay rooted when the world shakes. You walk into a room without a need to be noticed. Because your energy speaks before you do. Because your calmness draws curiosity. Because your eyes carry storms you've survived. You don't flex to impress. You refine to evolve. You don't attack to be feared. You master yourself to be respected. True fierceness is not a performance. It is restraint. It is control. It is knowing what you're capable of and still choosing peace. You're not here to entertain crowds. You're here to move mountains. You're not here to out-talk the noise. You're here to outlive the nonsense. Let others yell to be heard. Let others fight to be seen. Let others chase applause. You build something deeper. You build something sacred. You build a reputation rooted in truth. Fierce is how you rise after betrayal. Fierce is how you forgive without forgetting. Fierce is how you walk away without bitterness. Fierce is how you keep your head up when your heart is heavy. It takes nothing to be loud. But it takes everything to be composed. It takes patience. It takes self-respect. It takes vision. It takes purpose. You don't light yourself on fire to warm others. You don't chase battles that cost your peace. You don't trade clarity for chaos. You are loud in your discipline. Loud in your example. Loud in your consistency. And none of that requires noise. You're not proving yourself anymore. You're improving in silence. You're building in silence. You're becoming in silence. They don't know what you're planning. And that's your power. They don't see your next move. And that's your strength. They can't predict you. Because you move from intention, not impulse. You're the storm that never brags. The sword that never clinks. The mountain that never moves. Fierceness is not fire alone. It is control over the flame. It is not anger. It is righteous calm. It is not noise. It is sacred weight. Speak less. Move more. Need less. Give more. Keep rising. Keep refining. Keep walking quietly. Because you already carry the roar. Real strength doesn't shout. It doesn't posture. It doesn't beg for attention. It walks in quietly and holds the room. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't have to be angry to be taken seriously. You don't have to dominate to lead. You simply have to be unshakable. People confuse volume with vision. But noise is cheap. Echoes are empty. Anyone can raise their voice. Not everyone can raise their standards. Loud people demand attention. Quiet ones command it. Because depth doesn't have to perform. And presence doesn't need permission. Let the insecure boast. Let the unstable interrupt. Let the unproven try to prove themselves. You don't need that anymore. You've been through things that broke others. You've survived storms you never speak of. You've walked through fire and learned to stay cool. That's what real fierceness looks like. You stay grounded when others panic. You stay clear when others blur. You stay focused when others scatter. You stay still when others spiral. Your silence isn't weakness. It's training. It's discipline. It's self-control in a world addicted to reaction. You're not here to win arguments. You're here to win battles within. You're not here to be popular. You're here to be principled. Loud fades. Calm lasts. Noise distracts. Stillness sharpens. Every time you choose not to respond to nonsense. Every time you walk away with peace in your chest. Every time you show up without fanfare. You build something sacred inside you. The world wants you to react. It wants you loud, impulsive, predictable. Because it can't control what it can't read. And you've become unreadable. That's your edge. Not being loud. But being unknowable. Unshakable. Unbothered. The fierce don't need an audience. They need alignment. They don't speak often. But when they do, people listen. Because their words come from clarity. Not ego. Not pride. Not chaos. They speak with weight. Because they live with weight. Responsibility. Purpose. Honor. You don't need to prove anything anymore. Because you've earned your silence. You've earned your inner peace. You've earned the right to say less. This world is full of noise and rage. But you are composed. You are sharp. You are measured. You are deliberate. People may overlook you. Let them. People may underestimate you. Let them. People may try to provoke you. Let them. You don't rise to nonsense. You rise above it. You don't react to chaos. You build order. You've learned that not everything deserves your energy. Not every comment deserves a clap back. Not every insult deserves a reply. Some things are beneath you now. You've grown past pettiness. You've grown past the need to be right. You've grown into someone that doesn't flinch. That doesn't fold. That doesn't fear. Fierce is when you keep going when no one believes. Fierce is when you hold your standard in private. Fierce is when you smile while they doubt you. Fierce is when you suffer without complaint. You don't need to be loud. Because your work will speak. Your presence will speak. Your actions will echo. You train in silence. You sacrifice in silence. You build in silence. And one day, the results will make the noise. Not every lion roars. Some just watch. Some just wait. Some just strike. Your life is not a performance. It's a prayer. It's a practice. It's a path. So let them talk. Let them guess. Let them misjudge. You're not here to convince them. You're here to stay consistent. There's more fire in your calm than in their chaos. There's more force in your stillness than in their storms. There's more power in your restraint than in their rage. The world doesn't need more loud people. It needs more steady ones. It needs more principled ones. It needs more fierce but silent souls. You are becoming one of them. With every test you endure. With every temptation you resist. With every battle you walk past. You don't need to be loud. You need to be loyal to your values. You need to be disciplined in your reactions. You need to be fierce in your follow-through. The world may never praise your silence. But it will feel your presence. The room may never clap when you enter. But it will shift. Because you carry a different gravity. You've earned your silence. You've earned your peace. And that is the loudest thing of all.